away.
Glory to Glory Cooperative is a trusted financial platform where you can save money, earn competitive interest, empower individuals with financial knowledge, get access to fast-track loan, and achieve long-term financial stability with ease, one intentional step at a time. Research has shown that 60% of people who belong to a money community hit their goals faster than those trying to figure it out alone. It's not magic, it's the reminders, the conversations, the gentle pressure, the shared wins. Something shifts when you're surrounded by people who are saving, investing, and making better decisions. You rise with them. At Glory to Glory, we have a track record of people that have had their financial stories changed over the years. Irrespective of your gender, social status, geographical location, you can turn your financial dreams to a reality. Join us today.
All right. So thank you, everyone. That is Glory to Glory. And that's just a short clip to show you, to tell you who we are and why you should invite your friends and family to join this wonderful family. All right, so without further ado, I'm just going to be introducing our first guest. So today we're here to speak from Wishes to Wealth. We're going to be having two speakers. Our first guest will be speaking to us, Munkeng Shambo. She'll be speaking to us basically about loans, GLOW loans, which we get from she worked with BOI, so she knows a bit about loans. So she'll be able to, just basically take us through, give us some pointers and let us know what are these loans and how can you access them as a Nigerian. And then our second speaker is CoachMO, who is a financial guru, and he'll be having a fireside chat where he'll be answering pressing money questions that I'm sure a lot of us have. So it is going to be power-packed. All right, so quickly, I'm just going to be playing Munkeng's profile so that we can introduce ourselves to her, and then she will take over once I am done with this video. All right, everyone, sit tight while we go on a wonderful ride.
Munkeng Shambo is a distinguished corporate and commercial lawyer and a credit and project officer at the Bank of Industry, Nigeria's oldest and largest development finance institution. Munkeng is a seasoned legal professional with a strong foundation in legal and regulatory compliance. After honing her expertise in the bank's legal department, she successfully transitioned into a business role, now serving as a credit project officer where she supports providing financial and business services to large enterprises. Beyond her corporate responsibilities, Munkeng is a passionate advocate for women's empowerment, focusing on health, personal development,
and economic inclusion. Inspiring women to rise, thrive, and own their place in today's world. She is confident, committed, and purpose-driven. Munkeng Shambo embodies leadership that empowers.
Okay, so with a very, very, very warm welcome, let us give some really good welcome. Like, I want to see your comments, I want to see your emojis in the chat box while we welcome Munkeng to speak to us. Welcome, Munkeng. You can take over now.
Thank you so much, Itunu, for that wonderful introduction. I was smiling the whole time. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Can we just confirm everyone can hear me so we can fire on?
Yes,
we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Yeah, you would like to see me?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's fine. Let me just turn on my camera. Yeah. Can you all see me now?
Hello, Pretty. Yes, we can.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Let me share my screen. Please give me a minute to sort
Itunu,
this
please, can you enable her to share?
Oh, yes, please. So I can. Proceed with sharing my screen now, Itunu.
You should be able to share now, Munkeng.
Okay, thank you. Screen whiteboard. I am much more conversant with. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Here. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here. Good evening. Following writing on the earlier introduction, my name is Munkeng Shambo. I'm sure a couple of people will be wondering, this is the first time you're hearing a name like this. You'll be wondering where I'm from, if I'm even Nigerian. Well, I'm Nigerian. I'm from Taraba State, and Munkeng is my native name. My introduction kind of said it all already. I'm a lawyer by profession that transitioned to the business unit at Bank of Industry, where I work as a credit officer, supporting our large enterprises division. I am very pleased and honored to be here speaking to you all today. So thank you to G2G Cooperative for the opportunity to be speaking to all amazing women on the call today. Without further ado, we'll begin with the business of the Bank of Industry. Some people may be familiar with BOI. That's the short form of Bank of Industry's BOI. So going forward, I'd be saying Bank of Industry or the bank instead of saying the full Bank of Industry. So BOI is 65 years old. It was established in 2001, but following its reconstruction from NIDB, bank used to be called NIDB, but was reconstituted and called Bank of Industry in 2001. BOI is Nigeria's oldest, largest, and most successful development finance institution. So unlike DFIs are unlike commercial banks, which are deposit money-taking banks, DFIs their mandate and are more focused on developing the economy by financing viable businesses within the large and MSME sector. The bank exists to facilitate transformation of Nigeria's industrial sector by providing not just financial, but also business advisory support to businesses across our large, medium, small, and micro enterprises. So what is BOI's vision, mandate, and mission? As I have on my screen, you can see that BOI's vision is to be Africa's leading DFI operating under global best practices. Our mission is to transform Nigeria's industrial sector by providing financial and business support services to enterprises. Our mandate is the provision of financial assistance for the establishment of small, medium, and large enterprises, as well as expansion, diversification, and modernization of existing enterprises, and rehabilitating ailing industries as well. I think it's better I put a slide. Okay, yeah, it's a slide. This is better. So what are BOI's 6 thematic areas? Apologies for this typo. This should be areas instead of area. I spelled that wrong. Thematic areas are focus areas. So the bank has 6 areas that they focus. I mean, we sponsor, BOI supports businesses across industries, but in our recent 2025-2027 corporate strategy, we've decided to hone in on 6 particular areas where we want to focus funding and support in those areas, because to build your economy, there are areas that we've identified as budding areas that are lacking and where BOI support is most needed, and that informed our 6 thematic areas. In no particular order, we have digital transformation, medium, small, and micro enterprises, which is the MSMEs, infrastructure, gender, climate and sustainability, and youth and skills. I wanted to highlight this because our conversation today is centered around one of our thematic areas, which is gender. The Globe product was developed as a result of our thematic area, was developed by our thematic champions, our gender thematic champions. And by virtue of this, many of the bank's products that are geared around gender emanate from our gender thematic champions. So why GLOW? Why GLOW and access to finance challenges for women? Access to finance is a vital driver for the economic empowerment of women, allowing them to start, expand, and sustain their businesses. However, there are challenges that the bank is aware that women face in securing finances. Challenges such as limited financial literacy, cultural and gender bias, lack of collateral, informal business structures, amongst others. But I listed these 4 because I believe that they are at the forefront. I mean, at the bank, in our constant analysis and our analysis of businesses, the kind of customers that we have, I find that, which is why I was particularly happy to speak to this wonderful group today. When you say limited financial, I find that a lot of women are not, I don't want to say I don't want to use the word illiterate. It's not illiteracy. It's financial literacy in the sense that when it comes to loans, a lot of women are a bit hesitant to collect loans. Women don't like to owe money, and they don't understand that you need to borrow to build your business. You need to borrow to expand your business. You need to borrow to scale your business. You'll be surprised if you look at the bank's books, the kind of customers we have. You'll see people who have companies with very healthy balance sheets. They are making billions and billions of naira, yet they still come to BOI. They still go to DFIs, commercial banks, to get facilities, and you'd be wondering why. That's because these businesses understand the importance of capital and injecting new capital into your business to expand, to scale, and to diversify your business. That's why you find all these businesses growing astronomically, is because they are leveraging these tools that are available to them to grow their business. And we found that a lot of women, for various reasons, are a bit hesitant to collect money, to owe banks and whatnot. So that's why the bank is particular about developing products, creating awareness, and trying to encourage more women to access finance to build their business, because women are very good women run businesses well. Women are good business owners, and within the bank, statistics shows that women are one of our best set of repaying customers. Women repay their loans. They run their businesses well, and we have a lot of success stories of women-owned and women-led businesses in the bank, which continues to inspire us to roll out products like this that supports women-owned and women-led businesses. So what is GLOW? GLOW is guaranteed loans for women. That's the full meaning of the term GLOW. This is one of the multiple products that the bank has put out, which is specifically for female entrepreneurs And its mission is to bridge the financial inclusion gap and accelerate the growth of women-owned businesses across various sectors. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you have a business based in agriculture, in agro-processing, in beauty industry, cosmetics, anything you're into, basically, any kind of business you're into that you're running, you want to expand, you want to scale, any sector, across sectors, Glow is a product that has been designed for women, female entrepreneurs, to support your business and to bridge the gap that exists, financing gap that exists for the female gender. I said that it's very important to know that this is one of the many products that is launched by the bank to support women. So we are constantly rolling out various products for women, for youth, MSMEs. So this is not the only product, I must state, for women. We've had multiple in the past. This is the latest one that we've rolled out. I think Glow was launched last month or 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. And we still have many others in the pipeline. And we call them products because these loans are developed and they come up on a need-to-need basis, and they have different features and classification. They're not all the same. So we have some with different interest rates, tenors, moratoriums. So they all look very differently, and sometimes they are tailored to a particular sector. But this one is open for female entrepreneurs across sectors. There are no limitations in terms of who can, as long as you're a woman and you have a business, you can access this facility. The only caveat here is that excluding trading and primary agriculture. So if you are in the business of just buying and selling, BOI is a bit reluctant to fund such businesses because we like to fund value-adding businesses. So you have to be producing something or providing a crucial service, a necessary service, not just buying and selling, and primary agriculture. So if you are into agro-processing, you have a farm where you're farming and then you're producing, maybe you're refining and producing palm oil, or from, you're processing and producing something. There's a value-adding product that's coming out of what you're doing. Because we don't, agro-process, we don't just want to do primary agriculture, I just want to farm, but there should be a value add to that business. That's what BOI is more than happy to fund, as opposed to primary agriculture. What are the key products of this particular Glow loan? The interest rate is 7%, which is, quite frankly, about the interest rate that BOI has. So BOI has a DFI. We don't operate, obviously, like commercial banks that are profit-driven. BOI's mandate is developmental. So we have to give our lending rates have to be concessionary, which is why across sectors, we have the cheapest lending rates you would find in the country. I'm yet to find, except maybe the specific federal government, but most times, BOI is usually the cheapest you'd find. We have, I think our highest interest rate at the moment is 15% for working capital, which is really cheap. If you look here, we also have the tenor. So the tenor for term loan and working capital. So basically, term loans are loans that are for the procurement of equipment and machinery for your business, while working capital is for the purchase of raw materials needed for your business operations, your day-to-day operations. So usually at the bank, our products are designed to cater to both sides, so term loans and working capital. So usually you would see that there could be various, the requirements for each of them could vary. So as you can see, the tenor here, term loan has a 5-year tenor, while the working capital has a 3-year tenor. It's usually shorter than the term loan, inclusive of moratorium. What is moratorium? Moratorium is the grace period where, after accessing finance, you have a grace period where you're not paying your principal. You would be your interest would begin to accrue. However, principal will not begin to accrue until the lapse of your moratorium period. BOI typically gives from 3, 6, or 12 months moratorium, depending on your business type and what the funding model is. What is the single obligor limit? Single obligor limit means how much can one person access? Like how much can you access at a go when you apply for a loan from the bank? So micro enterprises, which are small, more business names and really small businesses, they can access up to 10 million naira. SMEs, that's small and medium enterprises, have access to 10 million and a maximum of 50 million. So if your business falls, you have to find out, you have to categorize whether it's your business fall. Are you a micro enterprise or are you a small and medium enterprise? And then you now know how much. So if you are a small or medium enterprise, you can apply for anything from 10 to 50 million. For micro enterprises, anything from 1 to 10 million, you can apply for that. Availability. It can be availed as a term loan or term loan and working capital. Basically, what this means is if you want to buy equipment and you also want to purchase raw material, let's say you need equipment in the sum of 20 million and you need working capital, that's raw materials, in the sum of 10 million, you can apply for both of them at once. So BOI will give you 20 will go for term and 10 for working capital. That's what they mean by availability, comprising maximum 20% working capital of the total loan amount. So your working capital will not exceed 20% of the total loan amount. It's basically what that is saying here. Then we have legal and insurance fees. These are usually capitalized, subject to your loan beneficiary's request. I think when you are applying for the loan, you'll get more details as to that, because for every facility that we give out, there has to be legal and insurance fees that are paid on it. So to ease the burden of the businesses, we usually capitalize those fees into your loan repayment. So you're not going to say, if they say you're supposed to pay maybe 200,000 as legal and insurance fees, that's not I'm just quoting, you would, and you don't have that money upfront. So what the bank can do under this product is they will capitalize that sum into your loan amount. So it will form part of your repayments just for ease of application. Collateral requirements. Collateral, to expand on this, basically just means security for the loan. So as a matter of regulation and requirements by CBN, because BOI is regulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria, we are not, no financial institution is allowed to give out loans without securities. So you must collateralize your loans. Your loans must be must have securities, or else CBN, you face the risk of being sanctioned by the Central Bank of Nigeria. So every loan we roll out, we have to have some kind of collateral arrangements. So this is the collateral requirements for the GLOW loan. So loan amounts below 5 million requires 1 external guarantor. Loan amounts between 5 to 10 million, 2 external guarantors are required. And then loan amounts between 10 to 15 million, 2 external guarantors, and all asset debenture, legal mortgage, or bank guarantee. I will just quickly explain this. For external guarantor, I think that's pretty straightforward. You have to bring someone that would stand in as a guarantor. So the person is coming to say, give this person the money. If they are unable to pay, I will pay on their behalf. Of course, there are requirements for who a guarantor can be. Usually you'd hear has to be maybe a director in the civil service, or there would be like a CADA requirements. And this is because we need to ensure and check that the person can repay the loan should the business fail and for any reason be unable to repay the loan. So usually we request for your net worth. If you're saying your guarantor is what you're coming to ask BOI for 10 million, usually would say your guarantor should have a net worth of at least 50 million, so that if you can't pay, they can pay on your behalf. Usually the requirements will be stated at the point of application, so you know who can stand as guarantor for you. So for 5 million, one guarantor, 5 to 10 million, 2 guarantors. Then for 10 to 50 million, 2 guarantors, and an all-asset debenture. What is an all-asset debenture? An all-asset debenture is basically that the bank is going to create a charge on what we are funding. So you bring 2 directors. Let's say you are applying for 30 million to buy equipment for your business. So your guarantors will guarantee you the machine that BOI is buying. When we buy those equipment, the equipment will be bought in BOI's. A charge will be created over those equipment in BOI's name. So should you be unable to repay, the machine becomes BOI. So it's a reverse. So BOI can take possession of that those machines. That's basically what an all asset debenture means. In the most simple term that I can explain. Legal mortgage is landed collateral. So where if you have a property, you would hand over the title documents, and then perfection will be done, and what all those nitty-gritties will be done to transfer. So in the event you're unable to pay, that property will become the bank's, and the bank will foreclose on your property, and that will be used to repay and to offset the debt you're owing the bank. A bank guarantee is a much more sophisticated kind of guarantee where a commercial bank is willing to guarantee you. So if you want to maybe access 50 million, you have a good banking relationship with your commercial bank. We have a lot of cases where for this usually is more applicable for our bigger customers in the large enterprises who come to BOI with billions of naira requests. It's compulsory that they get a bank guarantee, because not how many properties can be worth that amount of money to collateralize your loan. So usually bank guarantees are for bigger businesses, but in peculiar situations under this GLOW product, if you want to issue a bank guarantee, that also is available to you. So women, who are we willing to fund? Who can access this fund? So this fund basically is for women-owned businesses that are good citizens of Nigeria. You have met all regulatory requirements as regards your business. So BOI doesn't do business with private individuals. It only works with companies. So you have to be a registered business name, a registered limited liability company for BOI to do business with you. You must pay your taxes, file your annual returns, have audited accounts, and existence of corporate governance. Now, this is expanded to depend on what your business category is. So obviously, if you are a business name, you don't have to have audited accounts. Corporate governance requirements are limited for business names. These are more applicable to limited liability companies. So this does not necessarily apply to every kind of business. So you know where your business fits. What matters is that your business is in compliance with all regulatory requirements to do a business in that category with the CAC in Nigeria. That is what is important. Bankable projects with potential for growth and positive economic impact. BOI is an impact-driven bank, because what we do is our mandate has economic value, and we need to show that the businesses we are funding, what is it doing for the economy? How is it contributing? So it has to tie into GDP, where we're constantly tracking to see the impact, the economic, the social impact of the businesses that we fund within the society and our country as a whole. So this project has to be bankable. It has to be as I had earlier said, a value-adding project with positive economic impact. This is the kind of businesses BOI is more inclined to fund, and then customers that will be able to provide the necessary securities and collaterals for your loan, as I had earlier mentioned. How do you contact BOI? Our head office is at 23 Marina, Lagos, and we have offices. Happy to, in case you don't live in Lagos, it's a good thing that we have offices in 33 states in the country. So wherever you are, the likelihood that there's a BOI office in that state is very high. You can always walk into any of our branch offices or the head office. If you want to make inquiries, you want to speak to someone, there would always be someone on ground to take your questions if you want to pick up forms or whatever. But we also have a very heavy social media presence. You can go to our website, www.boi.ng. You can send an email to customercare@boi.ng, or you can call any of the numbers listed here below to speak to someone. You can follow us on LinkedIn. We have an Instagram page. Now that with the advent of more we're also trying to break into the youth and skills. So with the advent of all that, we've tried to improve, and we have significantly improved our online presence. You can find us on any social media, Facebook, Instagram, whichever social media you use, just go search for Bank of Industry, and you'll be able to get information on what we do, and also keep up to date with what we do, the products we roll out every now and then, And we also host seminars. We recently hosted a Thrive Summit seminars for business, where we kind of gave business support advice, and we brought all the entrepreneurs into a room and had conversations with business coaches and whatnot, that you can get positive business advice and business skills from. So you can follow us on those social media pages to keep abreast with what we do. And with that, I've come to the end of my presentation. I hope that it has been clear, and I hope I'm within time. I hope I've not exceeded my time, so that we can take questions and I can provide clarifications if there's any.
You are perfectly within time, Munkeng, like perfectly within time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that insightful presentation.
You're
Very,
very
very
welcome.
insightful, very straightforward.
You're most
Okay.
welcome.
Do we have any questions from the participants? Anyone that wants to, some sort of clarity from what Munkeng has told us about, or just something else that you would like her to speak quickly about?
Okay, thank you so much. Munkeng, that was lots of value dropping. One of the things that you said that really stood out for me, and it's in the second session would really be talking about that, but let's even talk about it here. If you're a woman and you have taken a loan before, please, can you drop one on because I think we need to we've tried to demystify it before, but I don't think we've quite hit it. And we can see that even from a government point of view, it's a major challenge that, as good as women are with money, women pay back loans, yet they don't want to take loans. Yet rich people take loans to become rich. So it's lots of paradox. So if you're a woman here and you have taken a loan before, let's see 1. If you've not taken loan, let's see 0. In the chat room. Please let the chats come in. I'm not seeing the chats. We don't have time. We're about to bring in CoachMO. Okay, Munkeng, my quick question while the chats are coming in, and this is a topic of serious conversation, is this. You spoke about trading not being part of the package. A lot of women do trading. Do you have any package for traders? Because you say you have other packages.
So I know in the past we had something we called trader market or something. Was it trader money or market money? That product was tailored more towards market women that are in or women businesses that trade. So a lot of the people that we gave money to under that particular product were traders, people that buy and sell that particular product. But I know that at the moment, I'm not certain that there's facilities for people that trade, for women that trade. At the moment, I'm not certain that we have those, but I know in the past we have had. That is why it is important to kind of keep abreast with information. Information is power, information is key. I was talking to a colleague of mine, a friend that recently got a scholarship for her master's, and she told me something that stood out to me. She said, Munkeng, we just don't know. There are a lot of scholarship opportunities out there if you want to, further your education or whatever. You just have to put your nose to the ground and find this information. So the same can apply to finance and business for business owners. There's a lot of things that are constantly coming up on a daily. So recently, the federal government, through Bank of Industry, launched the 75 billion MSME fund, where we were giving out funds to MSMEs, I think from 3 to 5 million. 3% interest rates. It was also a very concessional lending for businesses. And I think as of last week, I even heard that the fund has been exhausted. So if you didn't know, you will have slept on opportunities like that. So it's just trying to be abreast with information, because things constantly are rolled out every now and then. But I will definitely let you know, ma, if we have any products that are tailored toward people that are into trading businesses that can apply for such.
Okay, thank you. Very amazing. I love, we are 27 on this call. Only about 7 people have responded. And at least we can see that 6 people. So this is why you have to be part of this community. We are not part of this community, because in Glory to Glory, we actually encourage ourselves to do smart things, take smart money decisions. Okay, Temi, your hand is up. You have the floor. Please ask your questions.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Coach. And thank you, Munkeng, for the presentation. I joined a bit late, but I think Coach has asked my question in one way. I'm a bit familiar with BOI funding, and I know that one of the pushbacks or one of the things that just don't make you go to BOI is that vision of funding manufacturing and businesses that are majorly, there's a kind of sect for what BOI attends to, but hearing that there was a trading, the opportunities for people who trade, for female trading. So my question now is this, and I appreciate your response, which means that products come out time to time, which means that we need to be abreast. So my question is there a way, or what can we know for such products that come out? Because I know that one of the things that usually prevent people from approaching BOI is that what you have to put down as your collateral, you can't afford it. Either it's your assets, you get a bank guarantee, a lot of requirements that you know you can't. But when it comes to small and medium scale businesses, I know that there will also be that requirement. So on a general scale, what are the things that are usually required? I don't expect that a BG would be required from an SME. Generally, for a person who wants to eventually come up for any product that will be launched, what are the things that a person can look into?
Okay, thank you very much.
When they come up, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question, and you are actually very right. It shows that you are actually, as you said, you're conversant with BOI funding. You mentioned guarantees and whatnot. So I had mentioned at some point in the presentation that different features. So so I mentioned the 75 billion MSME fund in collaboration with the federal government that BOI recently finished disbursing was for MSMEs, and that product had different features. We also had a 75 billion manufacturing fund for manufacturers, and that had separate features as well, because the obligor limit under that fund was 1 billion naira. So the collateral requirement was strictly bank guarantee. Now, if you look at the collateral requirements I have on my screen, it has a breakdown of under this GLOW product, what are the collateral requirements? And the breakdown is as stated here. For loans below 5 million, 1 external guarantor. Loans between 5 to 10 million, 2 external guarantors, and then loan amounts between 10 to 50, external guarantors, all asset debenture, legal mortgage, or bank guarantee. So the slash shows that it could be any of them. The most likely here would be the external guarantors and the all asset debenture. So if you're doing between them, I don't see them asking you for a bank guarantee, but which is why one of the limitations I said to women-owned businesses is the business structures that we run sometimes. Because you need money to grow your business, you need money to keep investing into scaling your business. You have to be open to structuring your business in a way that, so now external guarantor in this case, you can have a family member or a church member or someone who is who knows you very well, who can stand in for you and say, and they have the net worth to support, because you'll be required to present, they will have to sign some guarantor forms and whatnot. So these are quite standard requirements. I think bringing a guarantor is one of the easiest and the most standard form of collaterals. There are other more, we have GSIs, which are global standing instructions, where if you sign as a person, any account that you have, the minute you start to default, once you're defaulting on your loan, the bank can go and call in that GSI with commercial banks, and any bank that you have an account with, your account will automatically start getting debited, but the external guarantor seems to be the most friendly and the easiest way to go about it sometimes. And that's the collateral requirement for MSMEs. But on a product-to-product basis, you would always see the collateral requirements. So if you go on the website and you click on the Glow Loan, this breakdown is there, and what is required, the collateral requirements and whatnot are there. So as we roll out more products and you're interested in them, when you click on it, you should also pay attention to the collateral requirements. They usually factor in the businesses so if someone's running a business where you kind of just need 5 million to scale, they know that saying bring 2 guarantors may be more difficult, so they limit it at 1. Then if you have a business 5 to 10 million, the assumption is that you should at least know 2 people that can stand in for you to say, okay, I will pay if this person is unable to. So it's also the factor in, where your business is at, your business class, and your funding requirements as well for the collaterals. Have I been able to answer your question?
Amazing. But Temitayo, please, does she answer your question? Was she able to answer your question? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You have a great
Thank you, Timmy.
And for the old members of the cooperative, you would see like this is literally like a follow-up to when we're talking about accessing grants. We can't afford to be mediocre in our businesses anymore.
Exactly.
You see that after the grant, we have people in the cooperative. In fact, there was a particular lady that gave cooperative members discounts to start putting your papers together. If you want to play big, there are some things you need to have. Coach Mo's hand is up. Coach Mo, let's have you.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Munkeng. That was very insightful. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you,
I have
Coach.
to actually do, I probably will forget, so I just wanted to say, I see a gap here, and I see an opportunity. And I'm speaking to everybody, all the 26 of us there. There is a product offering gap available here. And that is, there is a gap between what is out there and people that need them. So imagine a group of people come together and you are able to put together an interface, a solution, or something of that sort that is dedicated to women. If you actually want to niche it down, and that is putting together a data repository of all the fundings, lendings, and grants that is available and accessible to women, and that is constantly updated, whereby people can put in the information of what they have, and it can match what they have with the requirements of the grant, and see, based on what you have put in here, you actually match 6342 of these grants. Now, these are the requirements. For more information, contact. In this day age of AI, that is an easy solution to provide. And you will be shocked. There is a huge market out there. People subscribe. It could be a subscription fee. It could be bundled with something. But I think that solution will solve a lot of problems of people, number one, not knowing what is out there, not having the database updated, and fire. So that means you're bringing the knowledge to people, you're giving them the option to match their requirements with what is available, and you're not providing the solution to walk them through that to say, okay, you match this 3, contact us for further, something like that. So I just thought I'd drop that as it came to me. So thank you very much, man. I'll just take a step back.
If you're feeling the fire, can I see fire emoji? Because after this, we are going to fire chat. This is just amazing, and I'm loving the energy in the room already. And this is what we'll say, it's so easy to focus on what people are saying. There are no opportunities, there's no this, there's no that, yet there is just so much for us to do to grow ourselves. And this 2026 is going to be different. We will not be sitting riding on a bicycle. To close out, I'm not seeing any other hand. When you were talking about businesses, you said not direct agri, not this, not that. One business that just came to my mind very strongly, and I don't know if I have anybody in that field here, is the fashion design industry, because I see a lot of fashion designers playing small, looking for money to buy all those machines they need to grow their business. Can people like that apply for this loan?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, we had a fund one time for the women in that space, fashion designing, creative beauty making and whatnot. Because we have like a couple of, like, for confidentiality reasons, I don't want to call some names, but you'll be surprised, like big names, big fashion houses that make ready to wear that are on the bank's books that we've supported with funding to grow and scale their businesses. So women that are definitely in the fashion industry can apply for these facilities for this particular product.
Okay, thank you. CoachMO is saying that please can you go to the contact details again? And this is why I just love to always have my people on the call. For people that are saying, I'm looking for a job, I don't know job, CoachMO has given you free consultancy. You can move into 2026 being a consultant, and people are paying you premium for your time. And
exactly.
Thank you.
And just to add to what CoachMO was saying, because what he said was wonderful, and to also add to that, in collating that information, you can also go ahead and take a step in bridging the gap. Because as Tammy said, some people don't have those. So if somebody wants to access facility, but you genuinely don't know someone that can stand in as a guarantor, that's where the likes of G2G Cooperative can come into play and say, okay, we have people, we can connect people that want this and provide some kind of support amongst ourselves. You can stand for this person. This person is a member. They are active and they have a good business, a viable business that is being vetted, and you believe in this project and you can stand in as a guarantor, and you can provide someone to stand in for that business in case the person doesn't have someone like that. So you can also go into, because part of providing support to assist and to push women out there to access these finances and grow their businesses. So it's something you can think about, madam.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Munkeng. When we met, I just knew that it was a meeting of divinity. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Munkeng.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I'm not dropping off. Yeah, we are staying for CoachMO's session because I might still be asking.
Of course, I must. Oh, of course, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here.
Okay, amazing. Apologies, my camera is acting up, so that's why I put it off. Now we'll be bringing up CoachMO. We can see the fire is up, the energy is up. We've learned so much. I say this with sincere apologies. Please don't be offended. But honestly, when I get information, I always say poverty is a choice. Your financial situation is your choice. That you've chosen to make out time to come for this. We're about 100 on the platform. It's only about less than 30 of us that we are here. The webinar you did not attend will not change your life. You will not hear this information. There are lots of tailors out there that are sweating. I'm a Yoruba woman, you people know, so I will always quote my adage. There's this adage and I'll translate it to English for the people that are English speaking. They say, if you don't know what your mates are doing to make wealth, you will just consistently be on a rat race. And the sad thing with a rat race is that you can never win. It is a race that you can't win. So please, as much as possible, as we are learning this, getting this, let's go out there and actually do the right things. And we are all Nigerians here. I keep hearing it's not working. Nigerian people, government is not doing anything. This is not the amount of things I see the government doing that people are unaware of. And because they are unaware of it, they are still sitting in their financial situations. Don't let me use very strong words this evening. Let me be nice. Because you don't know, and it's the people you're listening to. How did I get to know about Glow Loan? People that know me know. I chose the kind of community I belong to. And somebody posted there that, there is this, forget all this nonsense. They are shouting about the government. Oh, there is this loan that is targeted to empower women. I say, is that true? I chatted it to know. Please, let's post this on the platform. Even if you are not a woman, you must know a woman. You're either born of a woman or you have a sister or something. Someone in your community can benefit from this. And anything that's coming from the government, as you can see, is always so heavily subsidized. It is your right as a citizen. And like 2 weeks down the line, and that's why I said it was divinely orchestrated, myself and Munkeng, we just met in some circumstances and we're introducing each other. She was like, I work with BOI. I said, excuse you? Do you know about this loan? She said, yes. I said, no, Munkeng, you must come and discuss with us. And it's just been very, very amazing. And Munkeng, I'm sure next time, because now I told you we have men in the group too. You'll be coming to talk about the things for men so that men will not think that the government does not care about them.
Of course. In fact, almost everything is out there for men. It's just that because they know that men even go out for the opportunities more, the bank is trying to say, okay, let's bring in the women. They are hesitant. Let's make products and say, okay, this one is only for Ipu or Ipu Shikoma. But do you know, fun fact, I was speaking to the desk that's handling this fund, and they told me the number of applications they've received to date, and that some were men. About 30% were men that applied.
No, they carry last. I love the men. Thank you so very much. Itunu, please, can we play CoachMO's profile and we jump right on it?
Yes, we shall. Thank you again, Munkeng. Okay, everyone, we've had one fire session. Now it's time for the original fire session. This is the fireside chat with CoachMO. But before we go into that, I will be playing his profile. So please watch and enjoy so that we get to know exactly what we are getting ourselves into.
Dr. Mayowa Olusoji is a distinguished financial exponentialist, global liquidity expert, and a master coach with over 20 years of experience in investment banking and transaction finance. Specializing in digital assets and blockchain technology, he has established himself as a leading authority who bridges traditional finance with the emerging digital economy. As a financial exponentialist, Dr. Olusoji identifies and capitalizes on transformative technological shifts that create exponential wealth opportunities. His unique approach simplifies complex financial concepts into actionable insights, empowering individuals to navigate artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and digital assets with complete confidence. Known as Know, Be, Do Champion, he champions practical learning through his innovative platform, Power to Know, delivering comprehensive, actionable financial knowledge to help individuals achieve sustainable financial independence. His expertise spans financial education, data interpretation, and strategic investment guidance for both beginners and seasoned investors. Dr. Olusoji's exceptional contribution earned him prestigious recognition in April 2024 at the House of Lords, UK, where he received the international honors for mentorship and leadership development. He was simultaneously inducted as a Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Management and Leadership USA, and awarded a professional doctorate in leadership and management by City University of Paris. He was also recognized as one of the top 100 influential global voices in 2023. He holds an MBA from Leeds Metropolitan Business School and is a certified NFEC financial education instructor. As a renowned author and professional speaker, Dr. Olusoji combines intelligence with empathy, making complex financial concepts relatable and accessible to diverse audiences. Through forward-thinking strategies and unwavering commitment to mentorship, Dr. Olusoji continues redefining financial independence in the digital age, inspiring individuals worldwide to embrace the future of finance with confidence and strategic purpose.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. So I will now hand over to Mrs. Adepoju and Dr. Olusoji to take us into the next session. Thank you once again, Dr. Mayowa.
CoachMO,
thanks for being here.
Good to see you. Voila for 100. Apologies, my camera is.
Fix your camera.
Please, can we mute who is not speaking?
Oh my God.
Okay. I've muted. Yeah, I can see you can see your people. You can see your people in the crowd. Yeah. Thank you. And from his contribution already, his reputation precedes him. One of the things I love about CoachMO is the way he breaks it down and he makes it practical. Yeah, ready for the fire session. And it's from wishes to wealth. You know, there's this adage that says that if wishes were horses, even beggars would ride. So now, how do we grow from wishes to wealth in 2026? How do we ensure that our 2026 is not looking like our 2025? The first question I want to ask you, CoachMO, and I'm taking this off, I'm playing it out, is, in your experience, you have very vast experience across different continents, working with different people, you're well-read. What is the major difference between the poor and the rich? Is it luck? Is it geographical location? Is it gender? What do you think is the major difference between the poor and the rich? Thank you.
See, I call it big seats. This camera, we must lay hands on it so we can see the camp, we can see you. It's good to be here, everybody. So let me dive right into it. And thank you very much. It's always a rather be come here every time, so it's great to be here. So I'm going to start with this. Poverty is gender, race, and region agnostic. And so is wealth. What does that mean? Poverty does not care if you're a man, a woman, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a whatever, you're an American, you're Nigerian, whatever, it does not care. And so is wealth. So what have I seen that is the difference? The difference between over time is between the rich and the poor, Can we mute Joy? I like that rapper. That's a good one. Please, let's monetize that skill. It was not good to waste. So from the rich and those that don't have, now there's quite a number of things that are responsible. But most importantly is taking responsibility for their lives. Wealthy people do not put the responsibility on their life. They do not externalize it. They don't blame the government. They don't blame their parents. They don't blame the environment. They don't blame their friends. They take full custody and responsibility of their destiny. They might be born poor, they ensure they don't die poor. They might become rich, they ensure they don't die poor. Whatever the case is, it's a decision of consciousness, of awareness, of knowing they are ultimately responsible for their lives. Every time you speak to a poor person, they will talk to you about circumstances. This thing is wrong with Nigeria. If you speak to them in the UK, this thing is wrong with the UK. If you speak to them in America, there's racism in Quebec. Anywhere you go, you speak to them, you hear the same mantra. What's the complaint? Speak to all the wealthy people across the same lines. They'll be talking to you about opportunities, what is possible. They'll be talking to you about doing what it's not even conceivable. That's the difference. Every time you think somebody needs to do something for your life to be better, your life will not be better. Because some people are making it in spite. See, in spite of the state of the matter, some people are still prospering in Nigeria. In spite of the state of lack with nothing there, some people are still prospering. If some people can do it, why not you?
Amazing. Amazing. We start shaking the table. And this is going to be an evening of brain resets, very hard truths. So please, your questions, as we said, this is fireside. We're just chatting. We'll just be talking. If you have questions, ensure to drop it in the chat room and we'll get to it. So the first question, that was just an icebreaker from me. The first question is this, we're talking about moving from wishes to wealth in 2026. What is the first step that one needs to take to be able to turn vague money wishes to measurable steps, measurable money goals? I repeat, how do you turn vague wishes to measurable money goals? At the beginning of every year, there's always this, oh no, this year is going to be better. I will do better. I will do this. I will do that. And year in, year out, you are seeing people just repeating the same circle. If care is not taken, self, their yesterday is better than they are today. So how do you turn those wishes? There are people that believe that genuinely this 2026, I go hammer, I will blow, my business will expand, I'll get a better job, I'll move to a better house. And it doesn't happen. Some people even end up going from bad to worse. So how do you turn the wishes to tangible goals?
Thank you, Coach T. The first thing I would say is there has to be what is called definiteness of purpose. There has to be specific. When you want to move from wishes to reality, that means you have to take what is euphoric, what is celestial, what is imaginative. You want to turn it into something vivid. The first thing there has to be definite. See, most of us, we want it by tongue, but we don't really want it. Most of us want to prosper. We wish to prosper, but we really don't want to prosper. Most of us wish we have more money, but we really don't want more money. Because there is no definiteness of purpose attached to it. By the way, you don't start planning 2026 and 2025. If you've already started planning 2026 right now, you're already too late. There are so many people that dream. There's so many people that wishes, but we don't have people that follow through. The first thing you need to do there is document what exactly it is you want. In the documentation of it, be specific to the letter P. By December 2026, I want this. What is it? I want more money. How much? For what? To do what? To justify what? To what end? The reason is because anything you want has a price that needs to be paid. Life is about trading. Why we don't get what we want is because we don't work it enough to exchange and pay the price that is required to get what we want. I could tell you about you doing what we call SMART goal, specific, measurable, actionable, all of those things. But the truth there is, we are really not definitely convinced we deserve it. So we don't pursue it with everything in us. We have wishes, we really don't want them. Because when life comes and requests that we pay the price, we always make an excuse and we powered away.
Wow.
Your ability to be definite about it, because that's what is going to bring consistency. See, most people are very motivational. That is what carries the wind of motivation. No, it is the definiteness of purpose that gives you the consistency and engineers the discipline required to make it happen.
Okay, so let me just bring in the second question so that we are bringing it home. Now, the second question is saying this, and it's kind of aligned, so I just want you to tie. Lots of people feel like their income is not enough. So what are the practical steps? Either you are, you don't have a job, you're a student, you're a business owner. What do you need to do to help you gain control of your financial status? So in simple English, right now you just spoke about sacrifices that need to be made. So if I need to increase my income, and you're saying that I have to be clear, I have to be definitive, I have to put in the numbers there, irrespective of where I am, if I'm a student, for instance. So I would like for you to use these three scenarios for people that are earning, but the money is not enough, for students that are in school, because we have some students here, and for people that don't even have any source of income. What are the clear steps that they would need to take that would help them? The sacrifices.
Number one, for people who have jobs, people who don't have jobs, people who are in school, the first thing you need to know there is always a requirement for you to constantly upskill. The skills that got you what you had in 2025 will not give you what you need in 2026. Okay, an example, you don't have a job. I want to be careful with what I say, but in this day and time, if you have a mobile phone and you have the data on the phone, there is no way you are telling me you don't have a job. Nigeria is no longer your addressable market. You have the whole world in your palm. Your ability to think outside of the box and know there is no box to start with. So to start with, the first thing is, let me start with the students. If you are a student, whatever it is you're doing, you need to be able to understand what is the current requirement of skill that will bring me extra income. Do you know that if you go and learn the required skills in social media right now as of today, there is a short demand of excellent social media consultant or social media managers. There is a short in demand of excellent data graphics designers out there. There is a short in demand of excellent EA and PA and BAs out there. I can name all the skill sets that you can do from the corner of your house with a phone and internet required, and you have the skills to put together. So don't tell me there is no job. Tell me you don't have the skill or you don't have the level of excellence required. Within my network alone, I know the number of people who are looking for skill set that is not available in Nigeria. There's nothing wrong with you being a student and you being an EA or a VA to somebody, or being a graphic designer We help those people. Video editor. There's so many people that are putting content, but they don't know how to do video editing. This is a skill you can learn under 30 days. I'm telling you the skill set I employ people and pay people for right now. And they are not within my geographical location. And it does not take that long to learn those skills. So I will call it the myth of not having a job is your inability to, number one, identify the skill set of the gap available, and for you to pay the price and go and learn and be excellent at that. Number two, what you're earning is not enough skill. Upskill, upskill, upskill. See, these days we are going to, you have to learn another skill, especially the digital age we're getting into. Everybody is shouting AI, AI, AI. Do you actually know that AI is a tool that can turn one man into a $1 billion company? What can you do with AI? How many skills have you acquired within AI? Do you know machine learning? Do you know how to tell stories? Do you know how to do graphic designs with AI? Do you know how to do all of those? You know, those courses are easily free on so many platforms. Google is giving them free, NVIDIA is giving them free. Within 3 to 6 months, you'll be at a level that you can be able to start generating monthly income, if not daily. So learn new skills that are in demand. New skills that are constantly in demand, number one. Number two, now, what is it that you are doing that you can leverage technology to be able to do it more? I leverage technology like no man's business. I finished a session, I had a 30 minutes break. In the middle of that 30 minutes break, I was creating a dashboard that I'm going to send to my EA to send out. Leverage technology as much as possible. That technology will open the whole world to you. Nigeria might be slow in catching up on the AI narrative, but trust me, when Nigeria eventually catches up, you will be unstoppable. So with the skills you have, enhance it with that. And that is the price that needs to pay.
Wow.
Some of you need to go and study project management. Some of you need to step away from the field you are in and go and learn trade. Go and learn, how do you become a consultant? How do you actually see the competitors? You don't have to know all about it, but you have to know enough for you to be able to set up the company and bring in and mentor people to do it for you. There's a new tax law happening in January in Nigeria. Have you thought of creating a solution or a software that people who are confused, they don't know what happens there, they go on there, they enter the details, and it breaks it down. And then you now refer them to a few tax consultants that you have worked with, and you get a percentage on the referral. Anytime you see chaos, that is opportunity. There's too much chaos in Nigeria. There's too much opportunity we're not taking advantage of. So go and learn the skill. You've left school 20 years ago. Get back to school. You left school last year. Get back to school. You are in a school, reschool yourself. That is what is going to preserve you.
Wow. Wow. I'm sure we are taking notes because remember, this is all about our future and this is about next year. So one of the things we want to start seeing as a community, start asking yourself, what do you need to learn? And it's part of the reason why I love CoachMO. When we're reading his profile, you saw all of those achievements. So he's speaking right from experience, and I'm sure somebody is catching in on that. The next question is...
Maybe we just give a few minutes to join back in.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I've asked the question, how do you stay motivated? Sorry, my network switched. How do you stay motivated in face of your financial goals? Yeah.
I have bad news on that front, so you don't stay motivated and you stay disciplined. Motivation is a myth. Discipline is what's going to see you through. You create a habit to be consistent so that the days you are not feeling okay, you still do what you need to do. Be responsible enough to show up constantly. Don't make decisions based on your emotion. You are happy, you are not opening your shop. God help you. It is when you have a definitive of purpose, you know exactly what you want to go after. You know the price to pay. Don't hinge that on motivation or on your willpower. No. Hinge it on discipline and consistency. Tell yourself, I will show up every day. I will spend 1 hour every day to listen to this podcast, to read this book, to learn these IT skills. And I will do it consistently, rain or shine, I will not fail.
CoachMO
You
shaking tables.
can do that. If you can, what is it? It's not, see, I would lie to you and say you'll be motivated for 365 days. It's a lie, you will not. There are days you will feel so terrible, you will feel like not doing it. But you know what champions do? They show up every day. There's a guy called Michael Phelps. I don't know if you know Michael Phelps. He's one of the greatest Olympians. He's a trainer in America. That guy is broken. In one Olympic, he got up about 8 to 10 gold medals. Michael Phelps said something. He said he has never missed one single training for 8 years. He said even the days that he's sick, he shows up. That is the hallmark of champions. Champions do not cost motivation enough to give their destiny to motivations. No, what do? They show up every day. You are that drop of water. You are fighting against the rock. You cannot choose when you are going to drop to make a hole in the rock. So you drop consistently until time comes and that droplet of water makes a hole in the rock. Life is only for the consistent. That is why there are only few people on top of the mountain.
Wow.
Wow. For motivation, I noticed 2025 motivation did not work for me. Because there are so many days I don't feel like writing newsletters, and I write newsletters every Monday. There are Thursdays I don't feel like writing my Thursday morning updates. I write it. It is not about how you feel. It's about what you own back.
Don't worry, we'll finish this in 30 minutes left. We'll be fine. But yeah, I'm sure people are getting lots of insight. And from what we've seen and we're hearing, it's all about us. I mean, CoachMO knows that he's my world best financial coach because he will tell you as it is and he will break it down for you. Now, the next question is this. How can one break the cycle of earn, spend, and earn, spend, repeat? You know, you are just, everything you are earning, you are spending it. As you're earning, you're spending it. How do you break that cycle?
Okay, the first thing there is, I'll be very frank. I'm always frank anyway. See, your money is inanimate. You are animate. Your money does not have mouth your money does not have a will of its own. Have you ever seen anybody that the money flew out of their pocket? You are the one that earned money. You are the one that should decide where the money goes. Tell your money where you want it to go. I can give you a few principles to do. Earlier on today, I was speaking to a group of people. I said, the first principle there is pay yourself first. And when I mean pay yourself first, I'm not saying money that you will spend, that you will save and you go and spend it on Ashrebi somewhere. No. And that money is the money you set aside. You do not spend. It is only for investments or for your savings. It does not matter how much they pay you. Decide and speak to yourself and agree on a percentage and take it out. I know the money is not enough, so it doesn't matter. But if you do not discipline yourself first. That means set aside a portion of the seed and you continue to eat all your harvest. You will never have another harvest. So the first thing there is know that there's a problem. Address that, number one. Number two, be open enough to want to change your ways. Number three, find a community that will encourage and give you the information required. Ultimately, you have to decide and be disciplined enough. When you're paid, take out a portion of it and set it aside. You will be shocked if you've been taking 10% out since January. You would have how many percent today? 120% in December. There is December every year. How we Nigerians act as if December just shows up after October, after November, by magic or by truth. We act as if we don't know there's a December in the calendar. You cannot consume everything you have and think you're going to have surplus. It doesn't work. Some of us, gluttony is our problem. Our needs are not so much. It's our wants that is the problem. Our desire is bigger than our paycheck.
Wow.
Some of us need to be humbled.
So it's actually not the needs, it's the desires. I mean, yes, that's just amazing.
Where the problem is.
When your desire is bigger than your paycheck, then you'd always be broke. And you know,
you
that thing,
perpetually.
That thing you said about determining where your money goes, and for people in the cooperative, we are launching our first investment loan, so to say. One of the things that has worked for me as an individual, and I'm sure that is why rich people take loans, because you've already told your money where to go. Once you've taken a loan, you've put in, so Munkeng just spoke to us now about 3 years, 5 years. If you take a loan that is 3-5 years, you've told your money for the next 3-5 years where to go to, and it's now your responsibility to ensure it works. And you hold it to yourself, that commitment to ensure you pay that loan. So one of the things we are doing as a cooperative is we are launching what we call the gold investment loan. So if your target, and we are saying this thing because we want it to be very practical, we don't want it to be over everybody's head. Now you can see how you can practically key into it. If your target for next year is, as part of your investment, to have gold in your investment stock, you can actually take a loan and now plan how you pay it. You already have the gold. So by the end of 2026, you already have X gram of gold and you keep compounding it like that. Personally, 3 years, 4 years ago, and it's never convenient. When you start, it's never convenient. But as you're compounding, you see the difference. 3-5 years ago, no, about 3 years ago, there was a stock that was entering market. When I looked at the stock made sense. I bought the stock, sat on it. Now, to be able to buy the volume I needed to buy, I didn't have that cash as at that time. I had to take a loan. And because I was a woman, you see me now, as Munkeng said, I'm still a woman with all this big grammar. My risk appetite, I didn't take so much. I have a colleague, he collected ×3 of what I collected. I said, how will you pay this money? He said, I will pay it. Don't worry. Now that particular stock has moved, I called him. I said, guy, you don't have, see, he had finished paying the money. It has yielded. And these are ways you can help yourself to have that financial discipline and make it work. I just thought to add that to what CoachMO has said. Please, I'm not saying the questions in the chat room. I'm just saying
do you know the gold? Do you know the gold you mentioned? Let me give people this expo. Let me tell you the world we are going into. From people in my inner circle, I think about 2 years ago, I told them to start buying gold, and gold was around 2,000 something then. Gold as of today is around 4,200. Silver is around $55, all-time high. This trend is not going to change.
Tell them, sir.
This trend is not going to change. Do you know that central banks need to buy gold so that they can secure their currency value against gold? So anytime central banks want to print more money, they will print the money, they'll take from the money, they use it to buy gold, because they know the value of gold is going to appreciate in value anyway. So they now print, they use some of it to buy gold, and they now spend some of it. That is why you can see this year gold went up at almost 64%. Silver has outperformed gold this year. If it was just gold you invested in at the beginning of this year, you have beat a lot of stocks in the markets.
You know,
see, this thing is not complicated. Don't make it complicated.
It's not complicated.
See, whatever you earn, set something aside as an emergency fund and add a particular amount for investing. And that is it. And when it comes to investing, don't begin to want to be clever. No, do something very simple. Seek knowledge. It's just gold, you're just buying. And each time you see, you like gold, though, you're a bookie, you buy gold earrings today, you buy gold this thing tomorrow, and you just keep it. See, if you go and sell those golds today, you've made 60% gain on the gold as of January till now. Now, do that, compounding that over 10 years. It is all about understanding value. Money loses value every day. Inflation is 27% in Nigeria. What are you doing holding on to too much money? That means it is losing value by 27%.
And no matter how much you complain, you can't change it. You must always know what you can change, what you have control over. As CoachMO has been saying, you have control over your money, the one that you earned. You don't have control over government policy. You don't have control over a lot of those things that we spend our time talking about. You have control over your own discipline. You have control over the community you belong to, like Glory to Glory. You have control over who you listen to, like who you are listening to today. CoachMO, I have the privilege of speaking to young people, and I'm still young myself. And when they are getting married, I see people borrowing money to feed people. It will remain for me to kneel down in my living room sometimes. I'm using God to beg you. This money that I'm seeing you spending on, what do they call all of those things? Those paparazzi, my princess wedding. Hey, can you even use, as you said, 10% of it? Invest it in gold. I've given that advice to countless people, and I can tell you 95% of the time they don't take it. The gown, the balloons, the what are those other things is always more important. And it has, statistics are shown, as you rightly said, over time. I call gold the currency of God. It has not gone down. Since the days of Father Abraham to the days of Solomon. Okay, they say it's Barbie wedding, I'll be any Gen Z. I'll be looking at you with 3D like this. Hey, okay. But let's not even go there. That's not. But, you know, the point is this. And that's why I said it might be difficult. As in, this saying might be difficult. But poverty is a decision. You are actually taking that decision consciously or unconsciously. But it's your decision. From the people you speak to what you do in your day-to-day. I don't even want to, but let me go there small. And this is being recorded, but let me go there small. And that is why it is paining me. I lost my dad some 31 years ago. His gratuity was paid both in Naira and in dollars. CoachMO, if my mom had taken 20% of that money and invested it in gold, we'll be billionaires right now, not millionaires, billionaires. Be with ease. So it's a choice. And she did not even use that money for lavish lifestyle, no, because she's very austere. She doesn't eat too much, she doesn't wear fancy clothes, she doesn't. So it's not even about, and that's why I'm forced to be having this conversation, because you see, you spoke about sacrifice. I see people making the wrong sacrifices.
Sacrifice.
So even when you're sacrificing, you must know what you're sacrificing. We are Africans here. You know, when you go to the DBS, they will tell you that this is the sacrifice that the gods will accept. There is a sacrifice that the gods of wealth accept. So the fact that you are starving yourself and you are putting money in some very foolish things, it does not mean that it will make you rich. I've seen a lot of people go and check it. And, you know, I had to come out because we are a very religious nation. When you look at people that truly, they are religious, they are hardworking, they are givers, they are this, they are that, you still can't see that exponential financial wealth in them. And I try to compare them to some other people. And I realized that, as you said, wealth is not a respecter of gender, religion, anything. You must be able to make smart decisions. It does not matter how spiritual you are. If you go and sow yam where it is rice that you are supposed to cultivate, that yam will die. There are things that do not, and I don't even want to go there, but let me just drop it and we'll move to the next topic because I'm already getting emotional now. There are things that does not answer to prayer. As Alex is laughing here, we're always having this conversation. It answers to sense. It's simple common sense. And you must be able to gain that knowledge. CoachMO right now is talking about artificial intelligence. And I see people, they just decide, they choose. You know the way you just tell yourself things. And I've been telling people, this 2026, these times that are coming, you cannot afford to be the weapon that is fashioned against yourself, that is not allowing yourself prosper. You just sit down and you make up your mind that this artificial intelligence that they are talking about is too complicated for you to understand. As how now? As how? My daughter that is in secondary school, she has picked, in fact, leave my daughter alone. Find a primary school student, give the person your phone. It will shock you. And you, with your age, you just decided, you made up your mind, concrete cast your mind that this thing that you are doing, you are still going to do it the same old way you were doing it. And the way artificial intelligence is, and that is why it is called artificial intelligence. One example I like to give, and I'm going to yield I'm seeing a question in the chat room right now to CoachMO, is this. You can decide to trek to Mecca. You know, in those days, people used to trek to Mecca. It's not a problem. You can still trek to Mecca. The path is still there. But there are those people now that are leveraging on technology and they are flying to Mecca. And you can decide to do it business class, economy, the way you will land there is different. And that is what artificial intelligence is all about. If you choose not to understand how to use this to leverage and change your narrative, I don't care what you are doing. In the next 2 to 5 years, and I think my projection is even still wide, is because we are in developing country, you will find yourself where you do not expect. Thank you. As I said, me and Coach, when we start talking like this, it's always just, okay, Mohammed Baba, I see you. Mohammed is asking, my question is, what strategies can help convert passion into sustainable source of wealth? I love that. Thank you.
Okay, well, the problem what brings passion. See, it is not your passion that brings you money. Does your passion solve a problem to people? You need to understand how money works. If your passion, just like you love music now, you want to go and study music in school. See, does music put it on the table? Which university did Olamide go to go and study music? Or which university did Wizkid go to go and study music? So it is not about passion that matters. The question there is, study the environment you're in. Find a problem in the environment and create a solution to that problem. Because the danger of passion there is you can be passionate about the wrong thing that is not solving the current problem we have. So what you need to understand is first identify, is there a need? Is there a demand? Is there a requirement for this fashion item that I can convert it into money? If there is, the next thing for you to do is to go and what? Go and do your market research. Get into the market, find the data, know statistics. Now, how do you now convert that idea into a marketable product? That is when you need structures and frameworks to make that happen. But the first thing there is, one of the problem we have there is, what we are passionate about, the world does not care about it. So you can be busy developing an app the world is not interested in. See, everybody in Nigeria knows 2026, one topic everybody will talk about till the end of days, the new tax law. I know there are some smart brains out there that they are building solutions for that. So why can't that not be you? Why are you not looking for 2, 3, 4, 5 excellent tax accountants, put together a solution package and go and meet all those small businesses and say, subscribe to us for this and we will do this. You know what loans you can get from GLO that the lady talked about. Now, if what you are doing is not in any of those things, get a list of them. Look through the list. Which of those things is there a solution, a problem for in Nigeria? Go and learn the skill required and begin to provide that solution. So you're telling me that Dangote likes to cook, to make rice, he likes to make flour, he likes to make petrol, he likes to make water? No. It is not about you. I'm sorry. It is about the problem of the people. When you give them the solution, they will gladly part with their money. So find a way to first check, does my passion match with the problem people have in hand? If you see it doesn't match, then the next thing is going to be, okay, passion, I'll be doing you on Saturday evening when I come home and I'm okay. I'll be slowly building you. I'm not letting you go. I'll be teaching children for free, but let me build that thing that will bring the money and sustainability for me to then begin to develop my passion. Sometimes you will do a job you don't like because it's where the money is. It's not about you liking it. It's not about you feeling comfortable. It's about it's a source of channel that's bringing the money in. So I hope I've been able to answer that question is find a problem. See, Nigeria is so chaotic. There's too many problems to solve in Nigeria. Find 1 or 2 people you can work with. See, you are blessed with the cooperative that will give loan. If they see what you want to do makes sense. So why don't you put together a package of a product and they know you are a credible person? So money is even not a problem now because you are close to money. So 2026, what solution do you want to provide? What problem are you having in yourself personally that you don't like? That means it's not only you. You have the gift of Holy Spirit. It will whisper witty ideas into you. Now, don't be lazy, go and convert that. You don't get idea and continue to pray. You get idea and you get to work and you deliver the solution. I can bet it with you, nobody will create the app I talked about earlier on. And I can bet it within the next 3 years, somebody will offer that solution and you'll go and subscribe to them because you need the grant and you don't know which data to enter to know what grant is available. My favorite book said something. He said, the labor of the foolish wearieth him because he knoweth not how to enter the city.
CoachMO, let me shock you. Talking about passion, and I would share the full story with you. I'm not sure. Okay, you might have heard it. Have you heard how YouTube was conceived? The whole idea, talking about this thing about gap and problems. YouTube, the app, the software, YouTube, why it was developed. You remember that saga of Janet Jackson, Super Bowl, she and Justin Bieber that they did not do, yes. You know, people had the picture, the video of when our top went off. There was now this particular guy that was looking for the video. I have the name somewhere. As in this life, you must just be able to think smart. His name is Chad Hawley. Please, you guys, you can fact check this thing. He wanted to see that video of Janet's supposedly secret parts. Don't let me overspeak English before they will block this video, because I'm putting it up on YouTube. And he discovered that he couldn't see it because they've taken it down all of the platforms. He now spoke to two of his other friends, and you know, young men are like, guy, you mean say this video just go like that? We won't see it. And the three of them sat down. Problem statement. The energy that we just used to cry and take a bottle of alcohol and now say, okay, don't go. The three of them sat down and said, you know, this problem is a problem. There should be a platform where people can upload videos and people can get to see it. And that is what bettered YouTube. That's how those three guys developed YouTube. Multi-billion industry today. So I always tell people. I
didn't know that story.
Oh, I will share the full edition. As when I saw it, I said, what the To me, you will not complain about problems. You will solve problems and be making money. That is how YouTube was conceived. I had to fact check it because it looked too good to be true. That was how YouTube was conceived. So as CoachMO said...
Same thing with Facebook. Wow. I didn't know that story. I knew Facebook story. I didn't know YouTube story.
I'll share it with you after this. And I'll charge you for it.
It's okay, man. I'll gladly pay. My AI is already searching for the story for me.
Okay. I mean, your AI is already there. It's going to give it to you. So we only have like 9 minutes left. And please, if you're enjoying this chat, you know, we thought it's going to be fireside chat. And it's me and CoachMO. This is what we do. We can do this for the next 5 hours. We just enjoy sharing ideas. But if you're enjoying this, I know I had a bit of network issues at some point, but I've been able to stabilize. If you're enjoying this, please, can I see your chat, your emoji in the chat room, so that we are sure we're not just talking to ourselves. They said common sense plenty. Oh, that is my CoachMO. Too much common sense. Can I have more reactions? What are your critical take-homes? What are the things you'll be doing differently in 2026? Because 2026 ain't going to be like 2025. You know, one of the things that, please, and I'm waiting for your feedbacks. Let's have your feedbacks in the chat room beyond the chats and the emojis. What are your critical takeaways? What's your aha moment? And all of that. You know, as Coach said, and some of these things, it might seem high, but I always tell people, please just start where you are. Start where you are. I was doing a review. I was hearing some analysis, and analysis showed that, and you can go and check it, before now, nobody will invest in oil in Nigeria. For why now? Because we had proven as a nation that it was not possible, it wasn't viable. So nobody was going to do it. But one man, he took a Dangote, and you can say it's a Dangote, but it did not start as a Dangote. As CoachMO said, he's doing spaghetti, he's doing Maggi, he's doing noodles. You think it's because he loves those things? He keeps trying, he's doing the hard work there. And because a Dangote broke that jinx, right now, 2 refineries are being built in this same Nigeria, that before now it was a failed business case. One man. So the question I would throw out there is, in your little corner, what is that jinx that you are going to break that is going to open up rooms for people to come behind? You people, I'm not seeing your reactions in the chat room, but we'll just end this thing now. It's only 2 people that have said something. Florence and Bumi Okeshola. Please, can I see your chat? If I will not ask the next question until I see at least 3 feedbacks.
Coach T, let me give them an expo. 2026 is coming. If there is anything that you are doing, let me beg you for one thing. Let me tell you one thing you cannot miss in 2026. Dangote will sell about 5 or 10% of his refinery. For the sake of your unborn children, if you can starve this December and not buy them clothes and not buy food and save that money to buy the shares of Dangote refinery, please, if that is the only thing you're going to do in 2026, begin to look for that money. It's going to flow, he's already said it's going to flow between 10 to 12% of that Dangote refinery. Imagine Nigerian NNPC was available as stocks. Do you know how much the value is going to be? You know, Dangote actually exports oil now to the West, and that is the only beginning. If there's any, that is the only investment I'm looking for in Nigeria 2026. If I can sell kidney, I'll sell kidney.
You people, you've heard, though. And I have only 5 minutes left, just to buttress what CoachMO has said. You know, one of the things we started with was what was the major difference between the poor and the rich, and you know, he really elaborated on that. To add to that is this thing that he's saying. Remember, he said, for the sake of your unborn children. So that means that even if you never marry yet, even if you never carry belle yet, for a generation that is yet to be born, for their sake, you have to make this sacrifice. That is what rich people do. It is poor people that are thinking of returns for now. How much I won't get to the next 3 months? How much I won't get to the next 2 months? No, this is not a viable business. A rich man is thinking 5, 10 years. Go and check it. Poor people think short term. Rich people think long term. Now, as we round up, CoachMO, the last question. What are the top 3 money mistakes that keep people broke, and how can it be corrected?
3 mistakes that keep people broke there is you spend more than you can afford to spend. Honestly, your taste is bigger than your paycheck. You have a taste of Bugatti, but you earn 505. Your coat cannot be to your size. Your coat has to be below your size. The first money mistake people make there is people do not prioritize financial literacy. They don't. It is financial literacy that teaches you how to be in the right community, that teaches you how the things you need to know about investing, that teaches you that actually setting aside money little by little will have a long-term beneficial. Number 2 that people make there is people have the mindset of externalizing financial blames. Every time people don't have money, it's the government's problem. Is it the government that pays you salary? Even if you're employed by the government, were they the one that spent it for you? Did the government choose the location of where you rented your house? Did they choose for you to go and rent of the up end when you should actually be in a 2-bedroom at one small place or in a big queue? These are the realities we don't like to face, and this is where the problem comes from. And the last one there is we don't invest in assets. We don't. It is consumables and liability. Imagine a young couple of 25, 26, they're doing destination wedding, they're doing all of that, even if they can afford it. Even that money have been put towards the future of their wedding, and they can have happily married after. Let me tell you, marriage without money is one of the most painful places you can be. You will endure it, but trust me, life is sweet with money. And you can plan. See, the idea of where you want to be you should not be living in your future fantasy right now. You don't have business class money, but you are flying business class. What is that?
Fake it till you make
some of you
it,
should be right. Then they will continue to fake it now, and they will never make it.
No, mind me.
Have you noticed? Have you known that the same people are still faking it after 10 years? Do you know that there is a research that was done that 60% of people that live in Banana Island cannot afford it?
Wow.
They cannot afford it. How can you be a tenant and you don't have property anywhere else and you're living in Banana? Your generation must be cursed. We understand people who actually have other houses that they've rented out and they're now going to rent, but you don't have any property at all. And what you choose to do is to go and rent in Banana. The financial truth, we all know it. Our grandma says it. Save for the raining day. Don't spend all you earn. But there is a spirit in man that wants to keep man perpetually poor, that makes man to want to live beyond his level of affordability. And those are the village people. That's what we blame with. Where has my money gone? Now, December is coming now. Some of you are paid 13 months. I just found out in Nigeria, some companies actually pay 13 months. So in December, you get 2 months payments.
We use it to flex, to go and show village people.
See, you'll be comparing yourself to the people that have taken loan in dollars and pounds and have come to Nigeria for just 1 week. And they will paint an image of what is not real. Some of them, they return back on the day they land, they are going to shift. Be contented with the life you have. Aspire to have more. If your parents did not give you an inheritance, it should be your priority to be able to give your grandchildren an inheritance, not even just your children. What are inheritances? Real estates, gold, things that have stood the test of time. I'm in the stock market, but for me, I use stock market to make money. After I've made the money there, I go and pack it. Do you actually know people in the West, they have mortgage in Naira, in Nigeria, by federal government mortgages? But people in Nigeria will not take advantage of that. I know many people in the West here that have taken mortgage from the government for real estate in Nigeria. You would only see whatever you see is magnified. If you continue to see the chaos in Nigeria, you will never see the opportunities. Many are the eyes that look, very few are the eyes that see. Why don't you even speak to the cooperative and tell them that I want to actually be contributing extra 5%? That because you don't have the discipline to hold the money yet, that can you come to a sort of agreement, or can they do something that will allow you to pay extra more? Because you know when the money is out of your hands, if you know you cannot behave with money, be honest with yourself and use tools like that to help you. If you're giving cooperative 100, make it 150. And just let them know that, oh, that 50, I will collect it at the end of the year. If they say they're going to charge you, it is better than you squandering the money. It is little things you need to change about your life, because it is the little leap that sinks the boat. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wow. 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 I was going to the comment room and I was just laughing. Somebody went like, you mean I can save to invest? And I did not know this life no balance. So, and I remember I was speaking with some set of people and I said, if Dangote waited to have the money to build that refinery, it's going to be a pipe dream. I doubt if he will build it in his lifetime. Nope. So there are some things that we just need to do. They say time is not enough. No, we always have re-evaluation. Yeah, they said today's session was worth my time. This is how we do it in glory to glory. It's been very, very, very amazing. Thank you, CoachMO. I always tell people every time I'm introducing him, every time I'm talking to him, every time I'm talking about him, that everybody needs a CoachMO in their life. Like, if you don't have a friend that you people are talking about finances, I don't know what you are doing with your life. Oh, you need somebody that is a constant brain reset for you. Like it's important. And if you're not part of the cooperative, please, Itunu has dropped in the link. That is our website in there. And this is just the place to be. People's lives has been transformed. As we close out, I know some people joined us late. Itunu, please, can you just play the video again? Thank you so much, CoachMO. Itunu, please, can you just play our video again?
All right, I'll do that right away. Thank you so much, CoachMO, for this time. It has been, the time is not enough. It has been such an amazing session. CoachMO and Munkeng, like the time is not enough, truly, but we have to go because it's getting late. So I'm going to be playing the video again, just for glory to glory for members that joined a little late. So I'm sharing my screen right now.
Glory to Glory Cooperative is a trusted financial platform where you can save money, earn competitive interest, empower individuals with financial knowledge, get access to fast-track loan, and achieve long-term financial stability with ease, one intentional step at a time. Research has shown that 60% of people who belong to a money community hit their goals faster than those trying to figure it out alone. It's not magic, it's the reminders, the conversations, the gentle pressure, the shared wins. Something shifts when you're surrounded by people who are saving, investing, and making better decisions. You rise with them. At Glory to Glory, we have a track record of people that have had their financial stories changed over the years.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. It's been a great night. From here, I think we can say good night and God bless. Please, can we unmute our mics and say thank you to CoachMO as we log off?
Thank you, CoachMO. Thank you, Coach T. Thank you, Itunu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, CoachMO. Thank you, Coach Itunu. Thank you.